Okay, so if you're ready to embrace this, ready to become a king of real territory,
Yeah.
how do you actually do it? How do you subdue a domain and make it yours? Is there a process?
There's a clear 3-step process, very actionable. First, you must define it.
Define the territory.
Yep. You decide on and then explicitly publicly declare your chosen domain, your territory. You have to state it out loud with conviction. This is mine. I'm the best player here. This could be your local gym court, a specific park known for good runs, your entire city, your state, maybe eventually your country. This declaration isn't just talk, it's a powerful statement of intent. It puts everyone on notice that anyone else who thinks they own that domain better watch out. You're coming for the throne.
Step 1, declare. Step 2.
Step 2, you must defend it. Once you've made your declaration, you identify the best, most respected player currently holding court within your defined domain. Then you challenge them and you beat them. But it doesn't stop there. You continue this relentless campaign, systematically challenging and beating other prominent players in that territory.
Keep stacking wins within that domain.
Exactly. And crucially, this is where the psychology is important.
Okay.
If anyone explicitly refuses your challenge, if they duck you, if they make excuses, you count that as a psychological win by submission.
A forfeit, basically.
A forfeit born of fear. And these must also be meticulously documented as part of your campaign story. It shows not just who you beat, but also who was afraid to even face you. That adds to your dominance.
Okay. Define it. Defend it. Step 3.
Step 3, you dominate it.
Yeah.
You continue your relentless, undeniable campaign of challenges and victories within that domain until you are consistently the highest-ranked player there, with an irrefutable record against all comers. At this point,
Everyone knows.
everyone knows. Everyone in there must concede that you're the best player there. That's the moment of true conquest. That's when you have unequivocally subdued that domain, making it undeniably, perpetually yours. It's no longer just your opinion. It becomes the accepted, objective truth of that territory.
Let's see this in action. Tell me about Jamal's conquest. How did he apply this?
Jamal's story is a great example. When he first joined Rimpage, he was like many players, focused mostly on his personal stats, his overall ranking. He played random games here and there, added some wins, built a decent record on paper, but he wasn't feared. He wasn't genuinely respected in his local scene. And maybe most tellingly, people just didn't really talk about him. He was a good player, sure, but kind of invisible in the larger conversation about who ran things locally.
Until he discovered the law of the wild.
Exactly. It shifted his entire perspective. So one night, he walks into his local rec center, a place he'd played countless times before, but never claimed, and he boldly, loudly declares, right there in the middle of the court, "This is my gym. I'm the best player here."
How did that go over?
Predictably, a lot of the regulars, the guys who considered it their stomping ground, they just laughed or mocked him. Like, who does this guy think he is? They'd never heard such audacity.
But he wasn't kidding.
Not even slightly. The very next week, he started challenging everyone in that gym, one by one. Systematically. Did he lose a few matches? Absolutely. That's part of the grind, part of proving yourself. But he refused to quit. And every single time he won, he'd reiterate his claim, maybe look his defeated opponent in the eye and just say, "This is my gym."
Damn. Consistent message.
Consistent message backed by action. Word spread like wildfire through the rec center. The regulars, the established players, they started testing him, wanting to see if he was for real. He specifically sought out the toughest player there, the one everyone quietly agreed was the guy, the uncrowned king of that gym, and he beat him. Not just once, but twice.
That changed things.
That changed everything. The laughter stopped, dead silence. The gym grew quiet when he walked in. Slowly at first, then with more certainty, people started to concede, saying it themselves, "Yeah, you know what? That's Jamal's gym. He hadn't been given it. He had earned it through conquest."
But Jamal, now embracing that hunter mentality, he didn't stop there.
Nope. He understood the principle. Conquer, then expand. With the rec center gym firmly under his belt, he expanded his ambition. He set his sights higher on the top outdoor court in his entire city. The legendary proving grounds, where all the best players gathered, where reputations were made and broken.
Bigger territory, tougher competition.
Much tougher. He found the best players there, the most respected names, and with even more conviction this time, fueled by his earlier success, he declared, "This is my city. I'm the best player in this city."
That must have taken serious work.
Oh, it was no easy feat. It took months. Months of relentless grinding, dozens and dozens of matches, tough losses, hard-fought wins, unwavering persistence day after day, calling guys out, backing it up.
And eventually,
Through sheer force of will and an undeniable string of victories against top local players, Jamal's ranking within the city left absolutely no doubt. He had defined his domain, first the gym, then the city. He had defended it relentlessly through countless challenges, and he had unequivocally dominated it. Now, whenever someone in his city spoke of the best player, Jamal's name was the only one mentioned. It was undisputed.
So the key lesson from Jamal's story.
Stark truth. Nobody hands you territory. Nobody assigns it to you. You take it. And once you've subdued it, once you've earned it through your sweat, your skill, your persistence, it's undeniably yours. Conquest is the only path to true ownership in the wild.
Okay, so for you listening right now, maybe the new Rimpage athlete wanting to make a mark, or the veteran feeling overlooked locally, let's apply the law of the wild, starting with define it.
Right. First question, what is your territory right now? Is it your home court, a specific park, your whole neighborhood, your city? Be precise. Define your starting point.
And then declare it.
Then declare it. Have you explicitly stated it out loud? Not just thought it, but said it publicly. This is mine. I'm the best player here.
Mm-hmm.
If not, what is truly stopping you? What fear, what hesitation is holding you back from making that powerful statement of intent today? Identify it.
Okay, declare it, then defend it.
Be strategic. Who is the toughest, most respected, maybe even most feared player in your chosen domain? Identify them clearly. Name them. Then when will you challenge them? Don't leave it vague. Set a concrete date or time frame and develop a precise, actionable plan to prepare specifically for that match. Analyze their game if you can.
What about the doubters, the mockers like Jamal faced?
How do you plan to handle them? Will you get drawn into arguments, waste precious energy defending yourself with words? Or will you, like Jamal, simply let your undeniable wins do all the talking? Let their laughter turn into silence, then eventually into grudging respect. Choose your response. Action speaks louder.
Then dominate it. How do you track that?
Quantify your progress relentlessly. How many players in your declared territory have you challenged and definitively beaten so far? Keep a running tally. Your personal war log for that domain. Then, identify your remaining targets. Who is left? Who still stands in the way of your undisputed claim? Who do you still need to face, challenge, and conquer to solidify your dominance?
And make sure it's undeniable.
Absolutely. How will you ensure your dominance is irrefutable, visible to everyone? This means meticulously recording matches whenever possible, publicly posting results, win or lose, but emphasizing the wins, broadcasting your challenges far and wide so your campaign of conquest cannot be ignored or dismissed. Leave no room for doubt.
And once you've dominated one territory, expand it.
Always be thinking about the next step. Once you've truly conquered your current domain, what is your next target? The next neighborhood over, the entire city, your whole state, maybe even neighboring states. Think bigger. Plan your expansion.
What actions can you take soon?
What specific, immediate actions can you take this month to begin expanding into that larger domain? Maybe scouting talent there, making initial challenges. And what's your long-term vision? If you maintain this relentless focus on conquering territory after territory, how long, realistically, before you can confidently and truthfully say, I own my state? Have that bigger picture.
And what about those psychological wins, the players who refuse to play?
Don't ignore them. Acknowledge clearly and publicly who has explicitly refused to play you, who ducked your challenges, then strategize. Do you count that as a submission victory, their fear of validating your claim and move on to the next target? Or do you keep the pressure on, keep calling them out until they step up? That depends on your style, your narrative.
Document those too.
Definitely. How can you effectively document those psychological wins so that your campaign, your overall story, tells a complete, compelling narrative? It's not just about who you beat, it's also about who you intimidated into submission. That adds another layer to your dominance.
Okay, finally, the big picture here. Your legacy.
Yeah, think about the tangible impact. If you were crowned king of your city today, genuinely undisputed, what tangible changes would immediately happen in your life? Think finances, opportunities, respect, how people treat you. Make it real.
And the flip side, regret.
Confront the flip side. If you don't take territory now, if you stay comfortable in the zoo, what potential regrets might you face later in your career? Looking back 5, 10 years from now, what opportunities might you have missed? What could have been?
And ultimately,
what do you want the world to say when they hear your name years from now? Oh yeah, he played here and there, had some good games. Or do you want them to say, he owned it all, he ran that city, he was king? That choice, that legacy is being written by your actions or inaction right now.
wow. Okay, let's connect all these powerful dots now. We've got winning, glory, territory. How do these RPGs work together as a complete system? Not just for Rimpage, but maybe beyond.
They work in this incredibly powerful, interconnected synergy. Each law amplifies the others. They aren't isolated concepts, they're parts of a whole.
Break down that synergy.
Okay, the law of winning, steal greatness. That's your practical blueprint, right?
Yeah.
It teaches you the actual mechanics of your ascent, how to systematically stack wins, quantity, and quality until your skill on the court is just undeniable. Think of it as the engine of your career.
Got it. The engine.
Then the law of glory, steal the story, adds the crucial psychological and narrative dimension. This is the fuel, the fire. It transforms you from just being a skilled athlete into the compelling main character of an unfolding saga. It does this by igniting a desire that burns hotter than anyone else's. This is what converts a great player into a star, someone people feel emotionally connected to, someone they simply cannot ignore, someone they have to watch.
The narrative, the character arc.
Exactly. And finally, the law of the wild, take territory, injects that primal competitive ethos. This is the battleground itself. It empowers you to define, defend, and dominate your physical domains. It gives you explicit permission, which many players feel they need to boldly claim your space in the basketball world. It's the stage upon which your story unfolds, and your greatness is proven against all challengers.
Skill, story, stage.
Skill winning, story glory, and stage territory. Together, these three laws comprehensively cover the three indispensable elements every true superstar, in any field really, needs to master to achieve that lasting fame and fortune. It's a complete system.
And the impact of this whole Rimpage philosophy, these RPGs, it feels like it extends beyond just the players using the platform. It's changing the basketball world itself.
I think it definitely signifies something bigger. First, you see the rise of the player entrepreneur. Rimpage fundamentally bypasses that old, often frustrating traditional system of needing to be discovered, drafted, or approved by scouts and coaches who act as gatekeepers.
Right, waiting for someone else's validation.
Exactly. Instead, Rimpage actively encourages players to become their own entities, build their own careers based on undeniable results, a compelling story they control, and a dominant reputation they earned, entirely independent of external endorsements or league approvals if necessary. This fits perfectly with the broader trend we see of athletes leveraging personal branding, social media, to create their own massive audiences and robust revenue streams directly. It's about self-sovereignty in sports.
It also seems like a different approach to player development.
Totally. It's a paradigm shift. Rimpage's emphasis on self-direction, self-discovery through challenges, and mastery. It moves way beyond the often stifling world of just repetitive drills and rigid coaching structures. It fosters this wild approach where your entire career becomes like a non-linear pedagogy, meaning you're constantly solving real-world problems on the fly, adapting to new opponents, figuring out how to beat different styles, developing the most valuable, transferable skills, resilience, strategy, self-motivation in a dynamic, high-stakes game environment. You're learning by doing, by hunting, not just by drilling according to someone else's plan. It's practical, adaptive growth under pressure.
And critically, this feels important. It creates a new lane for players who might get overlooked by traditional systems, like undersized players.
Yes, this is huge. The traditional path in basketball often has these strict, sometimes arbitrary physical requirements, height, wingspan, specific molds for each position. It forces incredibly talented players into roles they aren't suited for, or worse, just overlooks them entirely if they don't fit the physical prototype.
Yeah, story as old as the game.
Right. But Rimpage, by boldly declaring skill as the only truth, and winning as the only proof, creates a true, uncompromised meritocracy based on performance. It provides an absolutely essential platform for players who might get ignored by traditional systems because of their size, their position, maybe even their style of play, but who possess an elite skill set and, crucially, that unyielding 400 and 500 degree desire temperature that makes them unstoppable 1v1. It levels the playing field for pure talent and heart.
And what about for the fans? How does this change the experience for people watching?
I think it offers a fresh, much more personal and deeply engaging experience for basketball enthusiasts. Fans don't just follow laundry or logos. They follow the individual player as the main character. They get invested emotionally in their self-defined, compelling story of struggle and triumph.
You root for the person.
You root for the person, the journey. It unearths these new stars from the wild, self-made individuals who fought their way up entirely on their own terms, making their own names from scratch. This cultivates a rawer, more compelling competition, focusing on direct rivalries, public call-outs, visceral battles for territory. It makes every single game feel like it has real, personal stakes and genuine consequences.
Sounds more like boxing or MMA in that sense.
It has elements of that, definitely. That individual focus. It really hints at the potential for a kind of super league of individual contenders, maybe within a broader world basketball axis, focused purely on individual dominance and unadulterated skill. Who is truly the best 1v1 player on the planet, regardless of team context? Rimpage aims to find out.
So this ties back to that grand mission, the Kings of Real Territory manifesto.
Exactly. Rimpage's audacious mission is to relentlessly scan the entire global population, city by city, state by state, nation by nation, for the truly most skilled basketball player. This systematic process directly addresses that historical gap we talked about, seeking objective, truth-proven skill above the noise of political maneuvering, marketing hype, or the favoritism that often plagues established leagues.
The goal being?
The goal is to ensure legitimate crowns, just kings, and true results. A global hierarchy of basketball skill that is undeniable because it was earned through open, documented conquest, not bestowed by a committee.
So ultimately, these Rimpage guiding principles, the RPG, they're more than just rules.
Way more. They serve as your ultimate guide, a manifesto for action, a playbook for success, and a stark mirror for self-assessment, all rolled into one. It clearly tells athletes the unvarnished truth about their current situation, zoo or wild. It precisely shows them the exact path to escape the zoo mentality and thrive, and it directly challenges them to confront whether they possess that necessary winning hunger to actually walk that path.
It's not telling you what to do.
It's not dictating your journey. It's daring you to step into your own greatness. It's giving you the map and the keys, but you still have to do the key and drive.
Which brings us full circle. Right back to that unavoidable choice we started with at the very beginning of this deep dive, the wild or the zoo. It really is a profound personal decision for you, the listener, right now. Looking at your actions, your mindset, are you truly training to hunt better, to forge your own destiny, take what you want, build your own empire?
Or are you, maybe, perhaps unknowingly, still just training to please better? Operating within someone else's system, playing by their rules, hoping for permission, waiting for validation that might never actually come?
It's a hard question.
It's the fundamental question. Because Rimpage's guiding principles, as we've unpacked, are so much more than just rules or helpful suggestions. They embody a profound, actionable philosophy for taking absolute, uncompromising control of your destiny in basketball, for transforming your raw skill into undeniable fame and lasting fortune on your terms.
The wild, as you said, hides all the treasures. The trophies, the real respect, the hard-earned cash, the global fame, that enduring glory.
They belong solely to the hunter, to the one who dares to leave the AC of the zoo and go take them. The question for you listening is simple, yet it means everything. Are you hungry enough to claim them?
So reflect deeply, honestly assess your desired temperature right now, and then commit. Commit to the concrete, bold steps you will take today to fully align yourself with the laws of winning, glory, and the wild.
Because this isn't just a game. This is your legacy waiting to be claimed. Go hunt.